Question from Cindy Whitehead for Jordan Santana.
Hi, Jordan. It's Cindy from Girls Not a Four-Letter Word. And a question for you, being in Texas and with this pandemic, how did you find training during this last year and keeping up with everything you're doing and progressing? How was that for you?
It was pretty hard, just like everybody during COVID. Everything was kind of shutting down. But I think here in Texas, it was a little bit different than anywhere else because our parks didn't close for very long. But I think that I mostly kept skating the exact same amount, if anything, more time to skate, just with everything happening. And I was very lucky to have a lot of facilities that were open, that were private, that I was able to skate during the pandemic. And I really just tried to improve my tricks, considering how much time we had off, and take the most out of the time that we had just to keep progressing more.
Great. Thanks so much, Jordan.
Oh, thank you, Cindy.
I have a question from the Olympic Channel, Ed Knowles, for both Alexis and Jamie Foy.
Hey, everyone. It's super exciting to see everyone on the same call, man. Like, wow, impressive. So, yeah, great to see everyone. First one for Alexis, just building on what you said before, I think, you're super experienced and you've been around before skateboarding being added to the Olympics. So I just wondered if you could go into a bit more detail about how the skateboarding being added to the Olympics has affected female skating. Have you seen things grow? What impact has it had on you kind of personally? And for Jamie, I just wanted to know, has he imagined winning the gold medal or anything like that? Where is his head at in regards to actually the Olympic Games? Has he managed to kind of get his head around
that? Should I start then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hi. And yeah, I think I touched on it before in my response to Yuriko, but I think that, it's obviously the industry and skateboarding and all of this, there are so many moving parts, and it's hard to say that this is all because of skateboarding's inclusion into the Olympics. But for me personally, from what I've seen around me, I do think that, before skateboarding and the skateboarding industry was really, was in this bubble that had been, although skateboarding had been growing and kind of becoming more mainstream and all this stuff, people in the industry were kind of just used to having all male teams and only putting guys in magazines, on the covers of magazines. And that didn't seem strange to anyone because that's the way it had been for years and years. And I think that, the Olympics, this kind of big outside thing, force reaching in and kind of shook things up in a way, and changed the way that some people in the industry were thinking about it, just knowing that there was going to be kind of this worldwide stage, not only with men on it, but with women too. It kind of, I think, made people in the industry think, oh, well, we should probably then be supporting some women too and showcasing them as well. And I think it kind of so I think it was kind of a catalyst for that. And like I said, I don't know, I can't say for sure if I can't credit just the Olympics. I don't know all the moving parts, but from my end at least, that's how it seemed, because as soon as the Olympics were really talked about in a concrete way, and it seemed like this was really something that might happen, it was around that time when, I started to, actually make a living off of skateboarding out in a way that wasn't just contest to contest. And I think the same thing has happened to some other females in the industry. So yeah, I think that's had a lot to do with it personally.
And what exactly was the question again for me?
It was basically, I wondered where, have you thought about being on the podium in Tokyo? Like, it's quite it's a bit of it's a bit of a different day, I imagine, for you being on the podium at the Olympic Games, right? So, you know, have you thought about that? Like, how much kind of thought time do you put into the Olympics? And, you know, how excited are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to get into it all and obviously try to work for a podium spot in the Olympics in the future. And I mean, I haven't put a whole bunch of thought into it in the sense of like that's my only mindset, but obviously the thought has crossed my mind where it would be amazing to represent the USA and just be able to maybe get podium in the first ever skateboarding event in the Olympics. So that would be amazing, but also I think like a lot of what I do is just I skate with my friends every day, film, and kind of just like sometimes I practice like at skate park certain tricks and things, but I feel like it's just like me being on my board helps me just stay in the best like shape and the best skating condition I can be in. So I kind of just take it day for day and kind of see where everything's going, especially in these past couple like past year of everything being thrown around all crazy. So kind of just been in it for the ride and just kind of see where it goes. I'm just stoked to be a part of it all and just to be thrown in the mix. I'm super excited.